expected oodles and oodles of money to come out of it. Well, the whole thing started too late, and it didn't make any money at all. So my view was, okay, we will have something permanent to show for the quincentennial. Out of that experience came 4 entities which are a source of the greatest of joy and pride to the Bahamian people.
He was able to nationalize various groups. The youth choir became the National Youth Choir. The dance company became the National Dance Company. The children's choir became the National Children's Choir, and the orchestra became the National Orchestra.
By 2003, he also was instrumental, I'm pretty sure that I can blame him for this, in getting me to be considered and offered the job of Director of Cultural Affairs for the Bahamas government. And at the same time, he was appointed to head up the National Commission on Cultural Development. This was a commission that was set up by the 2002 Perry Christie administration, and the job of it was to come up with a roadmap and a plan for culture for the Bahamas moving forward. And I think the vision behind it was to take us to the next level.
He was named co-chairman along with Charles Carter, and we met every week, and he always said, my meetings don't last more than an hour. And he got through a lot in an hour, and people used to come, and we had very interesting conversations and recommendations.
Winston had slowed down considerably. I noticed that, but that drive and fire was still there. And he pushed and pushed and pushed to have all those commissioners' reports and to ensure that he covered as many aspects of cultural life. The commission proposed solutions to issues. He worked extremely hard.
We would meet regularly, religiously, Thursdays at 4 p.m. in that building, and we would go through the mandate. And there were points in the mandate. He had conversations with the minister and the prime minister to find out which were the most important things, and then we worked through them. The commission made 4 interim reports to the cabinet, followed by a final report, made 24 concrete recommendations to the government of the Bahamas, of which 6 were completed.
I don't insinuate myself.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Minister of Labor and the Public Service reflects on the government 2 years since taking office. Plus, residents share their thoughts on the police payout system. And baby Avery needs your help. His mother makes a plea for financial assistance. Those stories, sports, and more in the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Minister for Labor and the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, giving her take on the Davis administration's performance since some 2 years after taking office, following a landslide victory at the polls. She shares the challenges facing the administration and government's resolve in improving the lives of Bahamians. Raven Davis has tonight's top story.
Reflecting on the Davis administration's performance over the last 2 years, newly appointed Minister for Labor and the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, asserting that government will continue to build on the strong foundation it's laid. She says while there is much work to be done, it is clear that the Davis administration is on a trajectory of success.
the ability to capitalize on our record-breaking tourism numbers, which is a positive effect to our economy, not to mention the housing program, our focus on climate change, our non-Nassau-centric approach to the way that we are governing our country. But there's still a lot of work to be done.
Glover Roll says government will not renege on its commitment to improving the lives of the Bahamian populace, despite the tough challenges facing the administration.
We talk about electricity bills and energy costs being too high. We're speaking about the issue of crime that's ongoing. And of course, violence against women, human rights issues, women's rights issues. These are the tough topics that we've shown that we're not shying away from them.
And questioned as to just what is being done to address these challenges, here's what she had to say.
When it comes to energy costs, we've already began on our family islands developing solar projects. When it comes to crime, we've increased saturation patrols. We have ensured that we are building our capacity on all of our armed forces. And of course, with our human rights and women's rights issues, we're engaging the stakeholders to have the conversation so that we can move forward with legislation that speaks to addressing the issues.
The Labor Minister ultimately delivering a praise report on the overall performance of the Progressive Liberal Party since it took office during a landslide victory at the polls in September of 2020.
When we came into office, we found a country that was in crisis, and we did our best and did a great job, in my opinion, of rescuing our economy, which was at an all-time low, our hospitals, which were overflowing, the schools that were closed. We returned to face-to-face learning. And we came with a real plan for reopening and recovery based on data. And we safely jump-started our economy.
And with 3 more years left into its term, she stresses that the work continues, adding that government will remain focused on matters of importance to the citizens. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Reven Davis.
Well, a leaked document has shed light on the Royal Bahamas Police Force's recent launch of a reward system for officers where points are awarded for arrests, stop and searches, and issuing tickets. The document outlines a program aimed at fostering teamwork, boosting morale, and recognizing outstanding performances among members of the force. Well, this system disclosed in the leak has amplified disapproval among many. Tonight, we hear reactions from residents who strongly oppose this incentivized payout system.
I don't think it's a good thing. It's a bit unfair, but to me, I think that the police have a job to do.
I think it's not a good idea.
Strong disagreements have emerged from these individuals who firmly believe that the incentivized points for pay system implemented for officers is poised to do more harm than good.
You're just giving them reason to go out there and impose things on persons. All right, if it gives you more points, whether you're right or you know, I don't think it's a good system. You get there to find a better, different way to motivate the police to enforce the law.
Critics worry that the program could inadvertently encourage officers to focus on meeting numerical targets rather than prioritizing community safety.
I just don't want to be biased. Do what you have to do, okay? I'll be fair with that one. Just don't be biased.
Concerns have also been raised about the potential for over-policing.
Anybody given more money will have more incentive, believe in me.
This man contends that implementing a performance-based incentive program for officers during a time of economic uncertainty could have potentially detrimental consequences for citizens.
So you have officers that are probably getting paid more than others, so the incentive to pay an individual more money based on their arrest record can be very detrimental to those that are innocent or don't commit crimes.
He says policing should be driven by a commitment to justice and equity, not monetary rewards.
So my personal opinion is the police should be willing to carry out the law based on the offense, not on the fact that they will have to get paid more.
Well, in other news, a wave of persons are questioning the death of 22-year-old Patrick Grant, who died Tuesday morning at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The young man was airlifted from Cooperstown, Abaco, where the stabbing allegedly took place, to New Providence in June of this year. Patrick has been hospitalized until he met his demise 2 days ago, following an update on the matter. We have Jolanda Thompson-Everest speaking to police officials who are conducting an investigation.
We brought to you the story of 22-year-old Patrick Grant, who died 2 days ago after being allegedly stabbed by his girlfriend. We spoke to his mother yesterday, who was crying out for justice. This is a case that needs more questions than answers.
When I come home, his daughter was like, "Grammy, you want to bring my daddy home?" I said, "No, Cameron, I bring your daddy home. I bring your daddy home." She said, "Mommy," she said, "Grammy, why are you crying?" And I said, "Cameron, I told her. I told the 3-year-old," she said, "No, Grammy, my daddy ain't dead. My daddy ain't tell me that. My daddy ain't tell me that. My daddy said he coming back."
According to Assistant Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll, he is revealing that the girlfriend is not in custody and that they are waiting for an autopsy to be performed to determine the exact cause of death.
Certainly to that matter, at present, the female is not in custody at this time. However, that matter is under active investigation. The police at present are awaiting the autopsy results to determine the exact cause of his death.
Although Patrick has been hospitalized right after the stabbing, according to ASP Rowley explains that the incident does not necessarily mean that Patrick succumbed to his stab wounds. He furthers that the doctor report is the only way to confirm what really happened.
At first instance, she was charged with grievous harm based on the doctor's report when he was alive. And by law, if he would have died a year and a day later, and he would have died as a result of his injuries received, then the charges would be upgraded to murder. However, the police not charged at this point until the autopsy has been completed to determine the exact cause of his death.
While the girlfriend is not in custody, we asked ASP Roll if the young lady can be seen as a possible flight risk, and he says no, putting all confidence in the police officers in Abaco to follow through with the investigation until justice is done.
I'm sure that the officers on the island knows her whereabouts, and like I said, they are moving forward with the investigation. And I'm sure they've already made contact with her, and hopefully we'll bring her to custody very soon.
Speaking with Superintendent of Police, I asked how long is the wait for the doctor's report, and he replied a couple of days. This is a story that we will continue to follow through. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Thanks, Jolanda. In other news, in recent months, the world for a 3-year-old and his loved ones has been a disorienting roller coaster of despair. High fevers have ravaged his fragile body, and unexplained pneumonia has mercilessly seized his lungs, further complicating an already intricate puzzle of ailments. The child's once vibrant spirit has now found itself imprisoned within the sterile walls of the intensive care unit. Tonight, his mother is making an passionate appeal for help. This precious little one is Avery Cooper. His life was once a symphony of joy and happiness, but that tune took a devastating turn.
On September 2nd at 9:30 p.m., Avery was taken into the Random Hospital because he was having an off and on fever of 104. Because Avery is a seizure patient, I didn't want his fever to spike too high to put him into a seizure.
On April 9th, 2021, Avery experienced a seizure that marked the beginning of an agonizing journey that has shattered the hearts of all who know him, especially his mother, Vyoshi Cooper.
As a mother, I had to sit and watch my son went from an active child into a paralyzed state within 12 hours. The signs that Avery is shown at this time, he is unable to see, he's unable to hear. He only has movement on his right side of his body.
Avery's days have become a symphony of ceaseless pain. His anguished moans pierce through the sterile hospital rooms, and his tears bear witness to the immense suffering he endures. His mother says he needs to be airlifted to have an MRI performed so that they can determine the cause.
Either into New Providence or into United States to determine if Avery had a stroke or he was having silent seizure, or Avery have a brain infection, or if Avery falls and hit his head and no one has said anything. So at this time, me nor the doctor can determine what's going on with Avery.
For baby Avery and his family, time is of the essence.
Every day, I fear that I'm going to get a call to tell me come to the hospital that my son did not make it.
With a heavy heart, his mother is asking for prayers and is also beseeching the kindness and generosity of strangers, friends, and the community at large.
As a mother, I'm pleading with the nation if you can let Avery's story touch your heart to donate to his GoFund so I can please get my son out of the Ron Memorial Hospital so he can seek the proper care and treatment that he needs to get my son back to who he used to be.
Now that GoFundMe page is titled Help Avery Overcome Adversity with your support. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need. And extended hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Grand Bahama Stepping Out is now online. Visit their website. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Find them in Nassau at the top of the hill, Mackey Street. Call 394-7100 or WhatsApp 727-9098. Stepping out.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street. Phone them at 688-9661.
Dewitt Center is your hurricane headquarters. Prepare your home and family for whatever may come. We've got everything you could possibly need. Visit Dewitt Center today at the Gold Rock Complex on the Grand Bahama Highway. Dewitt Center, when you need to do it right.
This is a public safety announcement from the Grand Bahama Power Company. Customers are reminded to ensure that a transfer switch is installed when a backup energy source, such as a generator, is being used. When a storm strikes and knocks out power to your home, you may be forced to use a backup energy source, such as solar panels or a generator. Do you know about the potential danger of how to safely use backup energy sources? There's one major risk that you should be aware of. It's called backfeed, and it can endanger you, a family member, or someone else, especially a lineman or electrician working near your property. What is backfeed? Backfeed occurs when power travels from your solar setup or generator back through the utility line, resulting in them being unknowingly re-energized. Backfeed creates a very dangerous and potentially deadly situation for line workers and the general public. If your solar system or generator isn't properly installed, the backfeed of electric current could severely injure or kill a lineman working to restore power. The best way to avoid backfeed is by installing a transfer switch. Transfer switch ensures your household isn't connected to the power grid and the backup energy source at the same time. To prevent backfeed, generators, whether permanent or portable, should never be plugged into a home's wiring or directly to the circuit breaker panel. Be sure to have a qualified, licensed electrician install your backup energy source and a transfer switch, thereby eliminating backfeed. Preventing backfeed could save a life.
So at Island Care Pharmacy, we're a patient care pharmacy, which means we first offer pharmaceutical prescription items. We refill your medication. We also provide NIB drug plan. We have a treatment room. We specifically cater to diabetic needs, birth control shots. You can come and get that here. Any outpatient services that may be needed. Small wound care. We have wheelchairs, crutches, walkers. Also, if you need something for casting, wristbands. So we have the spirometers. We have humidifiers and oximeters. We have your Lancet devices, your needles. We have your test strips. We have over-the-counter items such as your deodorants, your feminine items, general store items, just for the convenience of shopping. And Island Care hours of operation is Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The phone number is 602-0932. Island Care Pharmacy is located in the Explorers Way Plaza, located directly opposite Scotiabank and the post office.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Her aspiring journey continues to break barriers and inspire others in her field. Alana Vellacott is a Bahamian climate advocate that was recently featured in Essence magazine and mentioned in King Charles III's speech during independence. She sat with our Aja Quant and dished out all the details in this report.
That is the reaction of 33-year-old Alana Vellacott following her recent feature in Essence magazine for the incredible work she has been doing in marine ecology. Her passion for the ocean began as a child, and Vellacott says it was her father's science teachings and her experience on the water that led her on the path to becoming one of the very few black female marine ecologists. The Essence feature labeling her as the real Little Mermaid, which came about after freelance writer Jana Zinzi visited her workplace at Coral Vita. During their conversation, the writer was inspired by Vellacott's dedication. To which Essence accepted, and now Vellacott reminisces on reading the magazine as a child to now being featured in the September-October edition. But that's not the only highlight of Vellacott's career this year. She was mentioned in King Charles III's speech during the Bahamas' 50th independence celebrations for her inspiring work. She is expressing gratitude for that recognition and opportunities she has received, acknowledging her unwavering commitment to marine ecology and the continued development of marine life in the Bahamas.
Congratulations, Alana. Well, Shane Stubbs has your check on sports. Don't go away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to Sports.
we've got updates for you in boxing, cycling, plus we've got some news on Grand Bahamian Mike Strawn. Let's take a look.
The All-Out Boxing Showcase is drawing near, and Coach Jermaine Gibson says the fans in Freeport can expect some fireworks.
We got 2 nights of action, 2 nights back-to-back. We got Friday and Saturday night. We're going to be at the St. George's Gymnasium. We want to entertain our fans here, so you're going to see these are our tickets. So come out and support. This is to aid us in traveling expenses, place to stay, so we can go abroad and bring more golds back to us again.
The weigh-in takes place Thursday, September 21st, while the main event kicks off on Friday, September 22nd to Saturday, September 23rd.
The fights are going to start 6 p.m. This is not like people on the street fighting. These are professional young men who have been working very hard day and night. You don't want to miss it.
Next in sports, VP of the Bahamas Cycling Federation, Kenton Roker, is confident in Team Bahamas ahead of the Caribbean Cycling Championships being held in the Dominican Republic this coming Saturday and Sunday.
From Grand Bahama, we have Livingston, Lonnie Duncombe, Ellie Gibson, and Aiden Bain. They're the top 3 juniors we have here in action in the Bahamas. But the team also consists of Baron Musgrove Jr., out of New Providence, Angelia Knowles and Cami Roach from New Providence, 2 females. And so we have a good team going over. We're looking to do very well. Cami is riding extremely well. 3 juniors here from Grand Bahama are riding extremely well. So we're looking to really showcase the talent and the hard work that's been put into cycling here in the Bahamas.
And lastly in sports, NFL wide receiver Mike Strawn has found a new home with the Carolina Panthers. The 6'5" Grand Bahamian signed with the team's practice squad as the former 7th round pick, hopes to crack a main roster spot at some point this season. He concluded his time with the Indianapolis Colts, hauling in 5 catches on 12 targets for 85 yards and 0 touchdowns.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your update in sports this evening. I am Shane Stubbs. Be safe and be great.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood. And your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
Introducing our sizzling deal of the season. Sink your teeth into delicious piping hot Pizza Hut pizzas layered with your favorite toppings. Order 2 large one-topping pizzas for just $27.70. Call Pizza Hut Freeport at 352-9191 to order now. Available for carryout and delivery. 352-9191. Your taste buds and pocket will thank you. Only available at Pizza Hut Freeport.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Insurance Management Bahamas Limited.
Maintaining strong relationships with superior customer service. Fulfilling all your insurance needs through commercial, property and casualty, marine and aviation, homeowners and contents, automotive for private and commercial, life insurance, medical, and pension investments. Being the best at who we are in Freeport since 1980.
Insurance Management Bahamas Limited.
A name you've come to know and trust.
We've always been there for you.
So call us today at 350-3500 or visit our office on Pioneers Way.
Insurance Management Bahamas Limited.
Honestly,
nobody does it better.
Hey, I'm D'Amico Nesbitt, and welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. Today, I'm going to give you 3 signs that you need to cleanse or detox. We all know the body cleanses itself, but sometimes if you don't drink enough water or eat enough grains or healthy food, it can be slowed down. 3 signs that you need to detox. Sign number 1 is if you feel lethargic and tired all the time. Sometimes that's the toxins build up. You got a lot of waste inside in your intestines in your body, and your body can't absorb all the nutrients, so you're going to feel tired. If you feel like that, you might be time for you to get a cleanse or detox. Sign number 2 is bloating. Sometimes you have that bloated feeling in the gut, and you wonder why you're just holding on to this water. That could be a sign that you have a lot of waste build up, but the same thing, you have toxins build up in your body. It's time to flush them out. And sign number 3 is trouble sleeping. Sometimes the same problem, if you have waste build up and toxins, it can block your melatonin, and which is what helps your body to go to sleep. So when that occurs, a good idea to get past that. Thank you for tuning in, and remember we're located in the Raven Mall. We also have locations in Nassau. Stop in and check out any of our cleanse and detox products to help you get rid of that waste.
8:10 a.m. The Light. Coffee and conversation with me, Gigi, waking you up each day. The aim is to inspire you. The aim is to encourage you. It's a joy to come here each and every morning. I don't consider this work at all. I haven't worked a day in my life. That's how much I enjoy it.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Verdell Deal, you are our Facebook friend of the night, and we want to say a very special happy birthday to you, and that we hope that you enjoyed it. We also want to wish Donald and Donald Lang a very special happy birthday as well, and thank you guys for always watching. We also want to send a huge birthday shout out to our associate editor here in the North, Simone Davis. Hope that you enjoyed your day. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Bahamas tonight, the national report, electricity bills set to decline. BEWU strike certificate in hand. The Atlanta campaign continues. And in sports, government basketball playoffs in full swing. The Bahamas tonight, the national report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. A growing cry for many balancing monthly bills as increases have become virtually a normal occurrence. Tonight, Lloyd Allen is live at the Bahamas Power and Lights head office with more from a recent release from Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority. Good evening, Lloyd.
Well, LaDawn, over the last few months, there have been concerns from a number of Bahamians as they have been struggling with balancing their bills as increases have been reported in a number of areas, including electricity. But as those concerns remain, relief is on the way, at least according to officials. They say as much as you can do to reduce your bills, you should do so.
keep in mind, which is very important, your usage. The consumption makes a difference.
In a statement released by the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority on Wednesday, it was indicated that increased concerns from consumers on increased rates at BPL was reason enough for ERCA to intensify its focus. In fact, ERCA has indicated that ongoing discussions with BPL have indicated that rate hikes peaked during the month of August, and over the next few months, they're expected to go down. We spoke with Director of Consumer Services, Nadine Eugene, on this matter.
It is important to make our customers aware of the increases in our fuel charge. We would have introduced and gazetted last year, October, the glide path strategy, which outlined the increases in the fuel from the period October 2022 to present.
Now, for consumers concerned about those increases on their bills, Eugene also advising that there are 3 areas that you need to be concerned of: tariffs, fuel surcharge, and VAT.
The first component is our tariff. This is the base rate. And this is what BPL uses to run its operations. Anything over 800, you build at 14.95 cents, right? So you see it? And that's just the tariff. The second component of your bill is the fuel, right? Right now, our fuel, we charge for the first 800. It's being charged at a rate of 18.5 cents. The other and last component of the bill is anybody whose bill is over $400 a month, you charge 10% VAT.
As of September 1, the decline went, especially for the over 800 category, it went from 27.6 cents to now we're at the 25 cents today. And most consumers this month should have seen a decrease in their bill.
She says the same stands true for consumers here in the capital, as well as those throughout the Family Islands.
We have been following our glide path strategy, which is now taking us into where the fuel is going to be further reduced, where by December 1, we're going to see the lowest 18 cents. And even as early as the first quarter next year, we should see the further decline, where most customers would be really seeing, you know, their bill. They'll see a dramatic change in their bill. Based on us billing on the real-time fuel price.
Now, LaDawn, a further adjustment is expected by December 1st, but up to that time, BPL officials are recommending the following to the public. They say, first off, continue to monitor your monthly bills. Additionally, they're advising that you reduce your overall consumption. And then last but not least, they say avoid running appliances longer than needed. Reporting here from BPL's head office on Blue Hill Road, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thanks a lot, Lloyd. Well, it seems the BPL battle has come to an unpredictable stalemate, with President of the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union, Kyle Wilson, officially in possession of a strike certificate, but halting just short of using it. This comes after union members earlier this month voted to strike after becoming fed up with a number of outstanding issues over at the Bahamas Power and Light. Now, speaking to ZNS News earlier today, Wilson says the decision not to use the certificate comes after a number of productive conversations with the powers that be, adding that the focus is on resolving the issues at hand.
We are moving forward, and so I am somewhat satisfied that progress is on the way, and so the union is, somewhat relaxing our stance as far as the strike certificate. We have it. It's a tool that we have, and we have it used at no expiration date. But hopefully that's something that we never have to use to disenfranchise ultimately the Bahamian people who are paying for the cost of their light. They want to see that light on. They're not paying no light to be off, and they don't want to be the middleman and the difference between management and the workers.
The president of Botswana and his delegation on the final leg of their official state visit here in the Bahamas, Carla Palmer, joins us with the latest. Carla?
The state visit by the President of the Republic of Botswana, His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, has come to an end, with a farewell ceremony taking place just behind these closed doors, with President Masisi describing his time here as a roaring success. Well, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis noted his pleasure in hosting the African delegation. They say that several memorandums of understanding were signed. We will have a detailed report in a later newscast, as the ceremony is still ongoing. Reporting from Margaritaville for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
As Tennessee Williams tells it, time doesn't take away from friendships, nor does separation. And the 20-year bond the Bahamas and Botswana shares proves it. This week's official state visit of Botswana's president and his delegation is an opportunity, though, to further cement what's hoped to be a win-win situation. Bakushla Pinder reports.
President Makwitsi Masisi and his high-level delegation have had a pretty intensive itinerary, having landed here in the Bahamas on Tuesday. So far, he's acceded to granting scholarships and has shared wisdom on deepening democracy. The question, though, is what does Botswana hope to pull from the Bahamas? That is, aside from a deepened friendship and a commitment to collaborate.
I would hope to draw a greater interest in investing in the Botswana economy by the Bahamian business people, and a commitment or a desire to reciprocate for our business persons. 2. 3, I would hope that by the time we leave, the interest between our two countries across sectors is so deep that it's taken to the next level, so that there is meaningful impact.
Making the Bahamas more known to Botswana and vice versa also on that list. After all, the end goals to increase opportunities on a people-to-people, institution-to-institution level. And then there's this.
I would hope that we would develop common ground on critical international issues and positions, which we've discussed with the Prime Minister, and my ministers and our institutions continue to discuss with their counterparts. And 6, I'd hope that our love for each other will cement forever.
As for his trip to the Bahamas, the president called it breathtaking.
I'm still taking it all in. The sheer beauty, the friendliness, the cleanliness, the consideration, and everything that's been said since I met the Prime Minister and he invited me to come here has come to be true. And I'm going to explore more.
The Masisi spent much of Wednesday in Exuma, home to the swimming pigs. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Makushla Pinder.
They may have had a late night Wednesday, but both Anne-Marie Davis, wife of the Prime Minister, and Botswana First Lady Neo Masisi were up early this morning as the two women went on a guided tour of the historical Clifton Heritage National Park site at Clifton Pier.
And today I'm going to talk a lot about our connections to Africa and the reality of the big story of the Bahamas.
The two spouses, who were also joined by the Botswanian Minister of Local Government, were shown around ancient slave houses, given some tasty treats, and Mrs. Davis got the chance to introduce Mrs. Masisi to a Bahamian musical favorite.
Having Botswana's First Lady and Minister of Local Government here speaks wonders to the cooperation of our two countries and really the complete African diaspora throughout the Caribbean and Africa coming together in a shared way of sharing our past as well.
And still to come, more than 40 Haitian nationals repatriated. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you're trying to accomplish. We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they were on sale, Monique couldn't resist things she didn't need, and neither did Bruno. Hungry for deals? You better come and satisfy that hunger for only $20 at KFC before doing something crazy. Get 8 pieces of juicy, fresh, in-store prepared KFC fried chicken and hot golden fries for only $20. A finger-licking good deal.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Our commercial customers are excited about the new CBS Bahamas website. Now, account managers can add sub-users, set purchasing permissions, and bulk add items to their cart for quick and easy checkout.
Our new website is faster, smarter, and it's even easier to browse our products. You can earn reward points with every purchase. Plus, we now have a 24/7 AI-powered chat assistant. Visit the new cbsbahamas.com today.
Chicken coop should go over here. The Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs got new services on my gateway for farmers and fishermen. Now I can get my farm land lease, my farmer's registration and license too. Take that, Ozzy. That's my cousin who always trying to one-up me, but I got him now.
That who? Not Ozzy.
Well, who else?
Roy. Ozzy done get his crawfish trapping permit and he out to sea on Roy's boat.
Visit mygateway.gov.bs today.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
ZNS News can confirm that Free National Movement Deputy Leader and St. Barnabas Member of Parliament Shannon Dawn Cartwright was seen and spoken to by police over the weekend in reference to allegations surrounding contracts while he served as chairman of the Beaches and Parks Authority. Now, the FNM Deputy Leader was scrutinized over pre-election contracts and overspending at the facility to the tune of millions of dollars. In defending his record, Cartwright has previously said that the authority never remained within its budget under any administration. He also said that higher authorities played a significant role in issues with over-budgeting. The previous administration had been blamed for using the authority as a slush fund. Testimony began Wednesday in the trial of 21-year-old Isaac Roberts, who was accused of threatening to kill Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis following the arrest of community activist Lincoln Bain's protest back in February. A police witness testified yesterday that Roberts called the Central Police Station and demanded that Mr. Bain be released. Mr. Bain had been charged with unlawful assembly on February 17th following a protest on February 15th to what he called an immigration crisis. The case has been adjourned to November 3rd as a police witness is recovering from a near-fatal car accident. Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley is presiding over the case. Attorney Bjorn Ferguson is representing the accused. The Immigration Department repatriating 44 Haitian migrants on Wednesday. Now, according to the Immigration Department, the group left the country around 1 o'clock yesterday on board a Bahamas Air chartered flight for Port-au-Prince, Haiti, with 37 men and 7 women on board. The Immigration Department notes that all security and health protocols were observed as the safety and welfare of its officers, law enforcement counterparts, and migrants remain the highest priority. What dengue looks like as it moves and its impact on one's health is crucial if local health officials are to curb the increasing number of infections. And charged with monitoring the trend of illness within communities in terms of age and travel history is a National Communicable Disease Surveillance Unit.
We interact very closely with the Department of Environmental Health in that once the unit is made aware of a suspect case by a healthcare provider, we get that information directly to the Department of Environmental Health, including all that I'd mentioned before and specifically a very detailed address. Because what happens once DHS gets this information, they will actually go to that address, confirm that this is where the person lives, pinpoint it for the sake of GPS location, and we will be using that going forward for mapping so that we can actually look at a dynamic map that will feature the progression of the illness within the country, give us some ideas in terms of the actual demographics that are involved, susceptible populations. We're anticipating being able to have this information to share with you hopefully very soon.
Now, this is not the first time the Bahamas has had a dengue outbreak. A similar chain of events occurred in 2011 and 2014. Now, the immunological mapping of those outbreaks was serotypes 1 and 2. This time around, the majority of cases point to serotype 3. FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands recently spoke of a possible vaccination program, but here's why Dr. Darville sees this as a no-go. Tourism officials continuing its global sales mission over in Atlanta, with efforts now underway to expand the Bahamas' reach in the film industry with a push to get more films and TV shows shot right here at home. Cleopatra Murphy shares how a film producer, an actor, and a politician tie into that effort.
The blue carpet was rolled out in all its brilliance in Atlanta, Georgia Wednesday as the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation hosted the Friends of the Bahamas Awards. Film and television producer Will Packer, actor and recording artist Tyrese Gibson, and former mayor of Atlanta Kasim Reed were the honorees. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, says the awards come as the ministry looks to grow the entertainment industry in the Bahamas.
The reality behind this ceremony is to show our appreciation for these men who continue to have a genuine friendship and love for the Bahamas, to build on those relationships. The Bahamas has loved their work over time, and we want to demonstrate our commitment to them and solicit their commitment to us for the future.
Accepting his award before a packed room, Packer, the producer behind films like Girls Trip, Ride Along, and Straight Outta Compton, shared his love affair with the Bahamas and his commitment to supporting Cooper's vision of the Bahamas as a film destination.
We're going to support it as filmmakers, as artists. We got Sister Kim Fields here, who's an amazing visionary filmmaker, artist, and actress. Literally was just talking to me about what she wants to do in this country. This country is on the cusp of amazing greatness. And my wife and I have got some big, big plans for things that we want to do with the people of the Bahamas.
Accepting his award, Gibson thanked a higher power for not only the award, but for his career, also sharing his fondness for the Bahamas.
My relationship with the Bahamas will continue. I'm very grateful that you guys have been open to and receptive towards certain ideas that's been thrown up on the wall. And I look forward to directing some of this traffic into the Bahamas as you guys are building out your infrastructure for movies and TV.
Reed, in accepting his award, reminisced about his long history with the Bahamas, where he proposed to his wife, also congratulating the country for the strides it has made in 50 years.
Every time I've been to the Bahamas, I always received from your heart. So anytime anybody ever had a question or any request related to the Bahamas, it was always an easy yes. And as you celebrate your 50th anniversary of independence, I came this way to say I delight in your success.
And closing out the award show, a sure way to get the party started, of course, Junk Canoe. For the Bahamas Tonight, from Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thanks a lot, Cleo. Well, as the Nassau Cruise Port continues to see surging visitor arrivals through its facility, some businesses in the surrounding downtown community have lamented that the port's success isn't trickling down to them. Some have even charged that the port has put up barriers, making it even more difficult for their business to profit. The port's CEO recently addressed these concerns with Corvell Pryfrom.
Nassau Cruise Port CEO Mike Moore knows that at the moment, the multi-million-dollar facility is the biggest draw in town. But he also understands that it is by no means the only show in town.
That Bahamian experience is much bigger than Nassau Cruise Port. That Bahamian experience is also a tour in a taxi. That Bahamian experience is also walking through downtown.
His message of positivity, though, doesn't appear to be resonating much with many downtown operators who insist they are still waiting to feel a positive impact in their businesses. Repeatedly, operators have called out the Nassau Cruise Port for what they deem to be its unfair practices. Some have even complained of feeling shut out by the port. However, Moore refutes those assertions, but he does admit that things aren't perfect.
Let's not, forget, I have a fundamental obligation to also the vendors in this space too, right? I can't push people in a particular direction and have it harm, the 50 authentic Bahamian entrepreneurs that are operating within the space. I can't have it harm the hair braiders that are operating within the space, and I can't have it harm the other investments that Bahamians are making in the space.
Moore says an area that has perhaps adversely impacted some operators along Prince George Wharf is the inclusion of the port's 4 existing points east to west along the wharf. The move disperses passengers as opposed to having them enter from a single location.
Some businesses would be impacted when you go from pushing all passengers out of one exit to allowing passengers and visitors to exit 4 exits.
Nonetheless, Moore sees a lot of promise for both the port and the wider downtown business community.
I've also had more conversations with businesses that have actually seen an uptick in business because they were not at the front door of the previous single exit.
The port's even producing a promotional video highlighting the entire downtown experience to be shown in cabins on Royal Caribbean ships.
Royal has kindly agreed to run this video in cabin, every single cabin on that ship, for guests to see before they debark.
To be clear, neither party sees the other as its adversary. They each understand that they play crucial roles in the success of downtown Nassau's revitalization. What they both want is a win-win outcome. What they need is to find a middle ground, even if finding it might feel as though they are moving through a patchy minefield. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pryfrom.
Thanks a lot, Corvell. Well, Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, we'll take a close look at last night's playoff action as the Government League playoffs start to heat up. That's all ahead in sports.
The fastest fiber, covering the Bahamas. Do more, play more, stream more with BTC.
BTC is routinely recruiting young, aspiring talent for the LLA graduate program. This program provides vast on-the-job training and a vault of experience.
I went to the University of the Bahamas and I studied computer information systems, and I graduated with my Bachelor of Business Administration with credit last May. So while I applied to the LLA program, it just seemed like a great opportunity to be able to come into a company and get mentored and learn in different departments for the next 2 years. It's something that no other company I've ever heard of has offered. So that was really exciting to me, and that's why I decided to apply. What I'm looking forward to the most is learning in different departments. So I know we're supposed to switch every 6 months and learn from different people, so I feel like that's extremely different, and I definitely want to create a future at BTC, and I just look forward to what's to come.
My experience for this 1 year that I've been here so far, it's been, I'd say, a lot of ups and downs, and I felt like I've grown a lot through this situation, through these experiences. Started with my first team, I started with SMB. I'm not very good with public speaking, but I was in a lot of public speaking situations. It helped me grow a lot. It made me more confident in myself, more confident in my words. With my second rotation, this rotation actually helped me a lot with organization and time management, having to set up time and set up everything and make sure things are done in a timely manner. It helps me organize not just my work life, but my actual personal life too. So I'd say overall the experience has been great, not just in terms of career, but in terms of personally too. My advice to anyone that would like to be a part of this program would be that you stay focused, manage your time, and you use the connections that you will build throughout this company.
Congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you do great things with us. Faster, stronger, more reliable, together unstoppable. I'm Corvell Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here next. BTC Connection.
Disaster strike with little to no warning. We hope for the best, but should be prepared for the worst. And you understand that an always online communication system plays a critical role in business as usual when emergencies occur. At Teleport One, we can prepare your business to operate as normal with our many voice, data, and video solutions. Contact us today and let our team ensure that you operate business as usual. 502-4550 or email sales@teleportone.com.
Before the big game, save big and shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Soy's mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $3.99. So cheesy macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 89 cents. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Whole watermelons, $6.99 each. Jamestown bacon, 16 ounce, $4.99. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Are you a Bahamian artist? Do you love your Bahamian culture? Are you ready for an opportunity of a lifetime? Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group cordially invites you to submit your unreleased Rake and Scrape single now and join the League of Extraordinary Musical Talents. We're seeking authenticity, innovation, and the quintessential Bahamian flair that sets your music apart. To showcase your talent on Island Jams Volume 3. So, simply share your private YouTube, SoundCloud links, or MP3 with us via email at keepthevibelive242@gmail.com. Our ears are tuned to greatness, and we can't wait to discover the next start of Raise Our Island Jams album series. Join hands with the best of the best as we craft a musical journey that echoes through time. Don't miss your chance to shine among the brightest musical talents. Songwriters, producers, artists, and become a part of Island Jams Volume 3.
The Bahamas Consumer Protection Commission recently launched a nationwide student logo competition in partnership with the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. This was announced during a courtesy call on Minister of Education Glenys Hannah Martin, paid by officials from the Bahamas Consumer Protection Commission. Executive Director Sharmi Farrington explained the inspiration for the Creative Minds logo competition.
We want to engage our young people. We think they are creative. We think they are innovative. We think they are very well versed with technology. And so we wanted to have them actually tell us and educate them about consumer protection. So we're requiring them to do some research on the Consumer Protection Act so that they, in turn, will be educated about what it is that we do.
Minister Glenys Hannah Martin highlighted the importance of the competition.
We truly appreciate this partnership because it operates on two levels, as we've heard. First of all, it gives our young people an opportunity to compete artistically, and so it will stimulate, I hope, a really great burst of competitive artwork across our high schools nationwide, which will be able to capture the messaging that the department requires to get the word out. Secondly, it will help to educate our young people on the fact that they do have rights when they are as consumers.
The competition ends on September 20th, 2023.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The incoming Minister of Labor and the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Rowles, says in its first 2 years in office, the Davis administration has worked diligently to restore opportunities in health care in our public schools, reopen the economy after being stricken with the pandemic, all while racking up historic tourism arrival numbers. During her chit-chat with ZNS News Today, Glover-Rowles not only reminisced on the historic signing of some 23 labor agreements, but a few other accomplishments she's made in just 2 years.
We worked to clear these backlogs, which has been a great success in terms of promotions, reclassifications, confirmations. We are also working to ensure that we bring the public service into the 21st century through digitalization. We've made great inroads in cleaning up our accommodations unit. The accommodations unit is the landlord of the government. So we had buildings that were being rented but unoccupied. We cleared those. We have buildings that were not accessible to the differently able. We're now making sure that our buildings are accessible. We have decent work conditions for employees, and where that is a work in progress, we have an inspectorate unit that now is going out and ensuring that the checks and balances are in place.
Minister Glover-Rowles, who is also a certified labor advocate, says her first order of business is to put greater emphasis on Bahamianization in the workforce.
I know something that has historically been an issue in the Department of Labor is accountability, verification when it comes to the notice of vacancy process, where we hire foreign employees and we say we're going to understudy with Bahamians, but nobody ever checks and balances that process to ensure that at the end of the day, the Bahamian actually assimilates into the role. So we're going to make sure in our focus as we speak in our Blueprint for Change on Bahamianization and ensuring that our workforce and our Bahamian workforce is strengthened.
In just a few weeks, Parliament will open, and as you can imagine, there will be a lot of pomp and pageantry on that day. It all comes after Parliament was prorogued back on Saturday, August 12th. Chief Clerk of Parliament, David Forbes, says the new legislative session will take place in Parliament Square. This after the last session was held at Bahamas back in October of 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
With the Cabinet Office, because a part of it is controlled by them. And we're meeting with protocol to make sure that everything is done in accordance with good order.
Forbes says security will be tight as the new parliamentary sessions unfold downtown.
We're meeting with police force and defense force, all of those who are going to be a part of the pomp and pageantry, but also the security measures that have to be in place. And then, of course, the Ministry of Works, which is going to construct this Senate chamber in Parliament Square.
Well, it's homecoming for one community of people, but not in the way you think. It's the members of the Bahamas Fly Fishing Industry Association gathering for the first time ever Bahamian Fly Fishing Guide Homecoming. The meeting at the Harry Seymour Library bringing together more than 30 anglers from 10 islands across the Bahamas with the charge to advance the global billion-dollar industry in the Bahamas. At present, there are more than 400 active fishing guides across the Family Islands, but Fly Fishing Association President Prescott Smith says the industry, which is in a lane of its own, has barely scratched the surface.
It's different from the conventional spin fishing or offshore sports fishing. The fly rod itself is quite an art of using a fly rod. Also, You're fishing, it's not any bait, it's all artificial flies, and it's all catch and release. So from a conservation standpoint, you know, you're not out there catching a lot of fish. The anglers are enjoying the experience, and the fish is released back into its natural environment. So you could continue to generate revenue with generations unborn.
Now, the association has partnered with longtime sponsor Global Oceans Initiatives to make the two-day seminar a possibility. Global Oceans program rep Sep Hokibo is calling the flag fishing industry an underrated gem.
These guides learned from a young age how important mangroves and seagrass beds and reefs and those coastal environments really are to their livelihood. So someone might see a mangrove and not think that it's necessarily worth a certain economic value, but when you look at this industry that brings in over $100 million a year, I think last estimate was around $160 million a year to the Bahamian economy. You see these fishermen and you realize that they really are the backbone of that component of this economy.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
Enter to win with Hellmann's and Knorr. Buy Hellmann's and Knorr rice or pesticides and take your receipt to purchase on Robinson Road. You could win one of 6 prizes. Enter today.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Police on the island of Eleuthera confiscated an illegal firearm on Wednesday. Preliminary reports indicated that sometime around 4 p.m., officers in Harbor Island acting on information proceeded to the area of Parish Lane where they conducted searches which led to the discovery of a high-powered weapon. No one was arrested as a result of this discovery. Also on Wednesday in Eleuthera, a 39-year-old male resident of The Bluff was arrested for possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. Preliminary reports indicate that sometime around 8:15, officers in Harbor Island proceeded to the area of the government dock where they observed a male acting suspiciously, which resulted in him being searched and a quantity of suspected marijuana being discovered. The weight of the drugs was a half pound with an estimated street value of $500. It's now time for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. We have a few clouds this evening. Temperature at 84 degrees. Your relative humidity 67%. Northwest winds 4 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,011.6 millibars. That is 29.88 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We protected you. 86 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Key and Abaco, Marshall, Abaco at 84 degrees. The Berry Islands 85. Allenstown, Bimini 84 degrees, 84 in Harbor Island and Roxanne, Eleuthera. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space on Andros reporting 85, 84 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Allenstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma at 83 degrees, 85 in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, and Acklands, 84, 86 degrees in Magic Town, Unagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. For all areas tonight, north to northwest winds around 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The high tide will take place at 8:26 tonight, and there will be some moderate to large swells on those more easterly islands of the Bahamas through the rest of this week. And then as we take you into Friday through Saturday, for all areas, those winds are going to fall off light and variable with seas 1 to 3 feet. But once again, those moderate to large swells will remain in place for the easterly islands. High tide occurs at 8:44 tomorrow morning with a low tide at 2:55 in the afternoon. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Protect the ones you love, a friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Welcome to the all-new CBS Pro Store. We'll be introducing various products such as plywood, sheetrock, metal stud, and a whole array of bulk construction products. So you can expect the same high level of service that you have been receiving at CBS Bahamas. We originally opened the store in 1980 as our retail location. Hearing from our customers that they wanted us to cater more to contractors, we decided to open the CBS Pro Store here at Robinson Road. So come by and visit us at CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road, where we can help you build beautiful.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Hi, everyone. When heading to Florida to shop for your essentials, book your transportation with GoGoFlorida.com. The $100 cash deposit is back now on your debit card. Accepted at Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Now, there are lots of options to choose from, but I like the Tesla X, the electric vehicle, because I don't have to worry about gassing up. Or the Jeep Compass seating 5 with lots of space for your luggage or shopping bags. For the best deals, book now at GoGoFlorida.com, BahamasAir.com, and also available at Bahamas Air Sales Office.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Last night, the Air Valley Gym coming to life as the Government League playoffs continued. Our Charles Fisher gives us all the details.
Let's start things with the defending champs in the green, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Panthers, taking on the Real Deal Rangers. On the next end, Anton Marshall with a three-point attempt. That's blocked, and the Panthers come the next way running. Flashy move, but no finish. Thankfully, teammate Vontae Gibson there to bail him out. If the outside shot ain't working, let's use some muscle on the inside. Bucket and the foul. Rangers Kenrio Ingram sees an opening, but give me that ball. This is a strip, an all green light. Kemsey with the flush for 2 of his 19 on the night. After winning by 40 in Game 1, the defending champs Panthers looking to run away with this one as well. However, Chico Francis with the deep heave, trying to keep his team close and avoid elimination. Real Deal really playing real ball tonight. Block on one end and races down back, pushing the ball and the layup by Ingram, who had 12 on the night. Off the Rangers miss, Panthers saying this one too close, time to put the little boys to sleep. Good ball movement, and it's all nets by Rashad Woodside. The Panthers move on with an 84-76 win. Coach Perry Darlin Panthers with the sweep and one step closer to defending their title.
The first half was a good performance. Second half, we fell off. It was pressure, being a champion, trying to win back to back. Everybody got in view.
Fans sticking around for Game 2. And will another team in the green unis win that? That's the RBDF Rampage down a game. Or will it be the Bleach Crime Stoppers team with the best record in the league this season? Part of the country's 2 armed forces, so you know it's going to be some firepower in this game. Setting the tone early, Kirkland Farrington for 2 of his 11, twiddling the nets. Defense force with the young running legs. Let's not let this one get out of hand. Samaro off balance move to the basket, no good, and that's why this is a team's game. Jerron Smith put back, he had a game high 21. Richardson thinks he has an easy 2, get that out of here. This one not even close. Furley being 16 points in the 152 blowout and series sweep.
Overall, I think the team, they did well defensively, which was the key to us moving forward. I preached to them time and time again about the lack of effort on defense, and I think they give me 100% tonight.
So it's defending champs Panthers and Crime Stoppers in the next round. Should be a heatly contested series. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks, Fisher. The University of the Bahamas women's volleyball team losing both matches against Millennial Atlantic University Macaws over the weekend. Mingos lost the first match on Friday, 25-6, 25-17, 25-12, and then lost the second match on Saturday, 25-11, 25-22, and 25-16. Team improved in the second match, actually led the second and third match at several points, capitalizing on Macaws' errors. Macaws went on to win both the second and third sets. Head coach Raymond Wilson said the team could have performed better, but still learning.
We have some new pieces to the puzzle. We have a new setter coming in, and one or two players that is not in the lineup. But that is not an excuse as for the reason why we performed the way that we did. The team is quite capable of performing at the level of the team that we competed against. But what the team that we competed against did, they took and they capitalized on our mistakes and our errors. We have to have that same mindset, whereas when we play, we have to capitalize on our team's mistake, the other team's mistake, and their weaknesses. We need to get our head together mentally, whereas we realize that we're here to perform, we're here to play. It's not a picnic, and it's about pride. Once we play with pride and we play with the skill level that we have, we should be able to perform better.
And there you go. You check on sports on this Thursday. Don't go anywhere. We have that Thursday look at the weather. That is just ahead.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
When you combine decadence, luxury, passion, and attention to detail, you've described Café Channy Noël and Patisserie. Signature authentic French macarons, croissants, pastries for breakfast and lunch will take you on a European Epicurean journey. Enjoy your favorite handcrafted cocktails, coffees, cappuccinos, espressos, and lattes. Life is sweet at Café Channy Noël.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you can be mad at us. You can be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. Your car, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, Lee has weakened. It's now just a Category 1 hurricane, some 210 miles to the west of Bermuda, moving towards the north at about 15 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds now at 85 miles per hour. And we expect it to maintain that intensity for the next several days before making landfall somewhere near New England. And then we have over here Margot, still out there in the far eastern Atlantic. It's beginning to make a little loop, as we'll see now as we go to our graphics here. It's moving towards the northeast at about 5 miles per hour. Eventually, it will make that clockwise loop before returning to a more northeasterly component on Tuesday of next week. This system, too, is packing winds of 80 miles per hour, keeping it at a Category 1, but weakening of this system is anticipated in the next day or two. And then we're watching this area of showers and thunderstorms well to the west-southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. It now has about a 90% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. You can see it's trying to get that little circulation going there. And anytime soon, this could possibly be a depression or even a tropical storm. And just behind that, off the African coast, have another area that looks quite impressive, and that we will keep our eyes on that as well over the next couple of days. Closer to home, high pressure will continue continue to dominate the weather, but we have this little troughing extending out the lee right across the Turks and Caicos Islands and Inagua, and that could support 1 or 2 passing showers over the next 24 hours. Otherwise, the high pressure will suppress any kind of cloud development over the remainder of the islands. Clear and warm tonight, 81 degrees for your low temperature. Tomorrow, pleasant, with lots of sunshine in the forecast, 89 degrees for your high temperature, and your extended weather forecast looking like this. Beautiful summer-type weather taking us right into Tuesday. Come Wednesday, we have some isolated thunderstorms working their way into the forecast during the afternoon. On Thursday of next week, they become a bit more scattered with heavy cloud cover. Temperature-wise, not too bad. Once again, fluctuating between the upper 80s to low 90s daytime, and those nighttime temperatures in the upper 70s. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. And finally tonight, as the Botswana delegation wraps up its state visit to the Bahamas, there were more gifts presented to that country's First Lady on the eve of her departure. Today, it was a personal gift from wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, as the two spouses concluded their tour of the Clifton Heritage National Park earlier today. A handmade Bahamian straw bag full of goodies was the gift of choice. First Lady Marcisi had a present for Mrs. Davis as well. The woven baskets made by women in Botswana use a special reed that they get from Delta, which is UNESCO Heritage Site. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. The national report for all of us here at ZNS. I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.